Welcome aboard, everybody. Dr. Peter Glidden here, your steadfast advocate for health, your friendly neighborhood naturopath. Today is the 8th day of July, 2013. Welcome aboard to another live show. This is the first time I have spoken to you live since the 4th of July, and I was musing to myself about a number of things over the July 4th holiday. You know, just having come back from a trip abroad, took a little vacation abroad, I can unequivocally say that the United States is a really good place to be. Now, the United States, don't get me wrong, it's a really good place to be. And I'm red, white, and blue through and through. And the United States used to be a great place to be. Now it's a good place to be. And I've got some facts to back it up. According to the Central Intelligence Agency, that's the CIA, the United States in life expectancy ranks, let me pull it up here for you, ranks 33rd. 33rd. There are 32 other countries in the world whose citizens live longer than we do. Bahrain, Costa Rica, Chile, Denmark, Kuwait. What? Kuwait? That's right. Kuwaitis, Portuguese, Slovenians, Maltans, Belgians, United Kingdom, Germany, Finland, South Korea, Ireland, Greece, Austria, the Netherlands, New Zealand, Norway, etc., etc., etc. All of these countries, their citizens live longer than we do here in the United States. But I thought we were supposed to have the best healthcare system in the world. How can these two things be equal? Well, you know how these two things can be equal. So that's life expectancy, right? We're 33rd in the world. How about credit card debt? How about credit card debt? Well, according to the most recent statistics, the average credit card debt per household, this is just credit card debt. This isn't student loans. This isn't automobile loans. This is just credit card debt. The average credit card debt held by an American household, $15,956. Let's round that up to $16,000 of credit card debt. What's that, at 12% or 18%? You got to be kidding me. It's going to take your entire life to pay that off. $16,000 of credit card debt. Well, that must mean the economy's just going great. Yeah, no. Remember the real estate bubble that burst about 5 years ago? People were using their houses as ATM machines, buying them for $200,000 and then watching them appreciate double. And so now you bought your home at $200,000, now it's worth $400,000, so you take out a line of equity for $100,000 on your house. People using their houses as ATM machines, and of course the economy prospers until the real estate market bursts. It's a false prosperity in the good old United States of America. What about patriotism? Let's talk about patriotism. You know, the whole July 4th weekend is supposed to be about being proud to be an American. Well, you want to know one of the best ways you can really be proud to be an American? Is to buy longevity supplements. Why? Because longevity supplements are made in the U.S. by U.S. companies, and they're distributed by United States citizens, of course, inside the U.S. We have Canadian distributors. We have distributors all around the world. But it's a United States company through and through. They don't outsource any of their work like every other company in the United States does, apparently. Total number of U.S. jobs outsourced in 2011, 2,273,392. Percent of chief financial officers surveyed who said that their firm was outsourcing, 35%. Percent of chief financial officers, companies who favored India for outsourcing, 24%. Percent who favored China for outsourcing, 18%. Outsourced by sector, 53% of our manufacturing jobs are outsourced. IT services, computer stuff, 43%. Research and development, 38%. Distribution, 26%. Call or help centers, 12%. We're outsourcing jobs here in the United States all the time. 53% of our manufacturing jobs are outsourced. Well, wait a minute. How can a company love the United States and get supported by the United States, get supported by the United States government, get supported by the United States military, get supported by the United States legal and tax system, and yet outsource all of its jobs? Because that's the way that it goes in the 21st century. It ain't about national pride anymore. It's all about the bottom line, the dollar. It's a flat earth, right? Lines of nationality are disappearing, replaced by the almighty dollar. You think Nike is going to build factories to make sneakers in Wisconsin or Chicago or Boston or Atlanta? No, because they're going to have to pay exorbitant taxes. They're not exorbitant taxes. They're just going to have to pay normal taxes and health care and whatever else for their workers, and it's going to cost them maybe $15 an hour to pay a U.S. citizen to make their sneakers, where it costs $2 an hour to pay somebody in Vietnam to make their sneakers. So what are they going to do? They're going to pay the $2 an hour one. Wouldn't you? Well, you would if you didn't have any kind of social consciousness. You would if for you the dollar was the bottom line. The point that I'm coming around to here is longevity is 100% American. And if you're patriotic, if you have a sense of national pride, if someone in your family is in the armed services or gave up their life defending this country, then you should be proud, ready, willing, and able to purchase longevity products, because longevity don't outsource. Longevity gets people out of debt. It doesn't make people go into debt. Longevity makes people financially independent with homegrown United States products through and through. If you're a true blue American, you better be buying longevity, just for the fact that it's a 100% homegrown American company. For goodness sake, let's just peel back the curtain and talk about it. If you have a sense of national pride, then how can you buy stuff from Nike? How can you buy stuff from Tommy Hilfiger? How can you buy stuff from all of these companies that manufacture all of their stuff everywhere else but the United States? I mean, go to TJ Maxx, go to Marshall's, go to Joseph A. Bank, go to Macy's. Go anywhere you want and go to the men's department, go to the women's department, open the clothes up and look at the label. Made in India, made in Macau, made in the Philippines, made in China. I'm waiting to find something made in the USA. Wait a minute, it's on my vitamin shelf. It's longevity. So longevity works on a number of fronts. I mean, longevity is like the impermeable tank. There's no chinks in the armor. Now, you turn it inside out, upside down, every which way you look at it, longevity is a good deal. Number one, it's a publicly traded company. You can buy stock in it. That means the financial goings-on of longevity are 100% transparent. Longevity's never been late with a check in their 17 years of being a business. They've never been late with a check. They have the best credit rating you can possibly have for a business their size in the United States. The best credit rating. It's 100% USA. The stuff is manufactured and distributed from the United States of America. We hire people to work not as employees but as independent distributors. And we pay them handsomely. Longevity pays them handsomely. Created hundreds of multimillionaires. We don't get people into debt. We get people out of debt. And how do we do it? By delivering 100% homegrown American products and educating people about science-based, clinically verified alternatives to knucklehead MD, drugs and surgery, out-fashioned, old-dated, Machiavellian, mediocre, monopolistic, dangerous therapeutics. Another thing I was musing about over the holiday weekend, knowledge is power. You don't know what you don't know. And, everybody over the holiday weekend, of course, is barbecuing. You know what that means? It means they're grilling hot dogs on the grill. And, well, what's so bad about that? Well, most hot dogs, unless you buy them at Whole Foods or a health food store, have nitrates added to them as a preservative. And when you heat a nitrate, it turns into a nitrosamine, which causes cancer. Oh, by the way, the grill marks on the hot dog or the hamburger or the steak or the chicken, whatever it is that you're cooking on the grill, that's heterocyclic amines, which are carcinogenic. Oh, and of course, everybody's washing down the grilled nitrate-laden hot dogs with beer or with soda pop, right? And the little bubbles in the beer or the soda pop is carbon dioxide, and carbon dioxide neutralizes stomach acid, making it virtually impossible for your system to digest any nutrients out of the food that you've just eaten. Oh, yeah, you had the hot dog on a bun. You put margarine on the outside of the bun, and what's the bun made from? Gluten, whole wheat. I don't care if it's a whole wheat bun. I don't care if it's a white flour bun. It's made from gluten. It's flour. It's got gluten in it. Gluten's going to destroy the intestinal villi in your digestive tract, the job of which it is to absorb your nutrients. So we eat all the wrong food all of the time. We're basically poisoning ourselves on the 4th of July to celebrate the freedom of the United States while we're 33rd in the world in life expectancy, and the MDs are the leading cause of death, the leading cause of bankruptcy in the United States. Isn't it just great to be an American? Well, it used to be. Now it's good to be an American. You want to change that up? You want to make it great to be an American again? And get your friends and family out of debt. Get your friends and family out of dis-ease into health. Make a stand. Draw a line in the sand. You know what? I'm just not going to take it anymore. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired and broke. I'm putting everybody in my family, everybody in my church, everybody in my community on the Healthy Start Pack 2.0, by the way. If you tried it, it's awesome. And we're cleaning up diets left, right, and center, marching forward with our information, life-saving information about the penalties of eating the 10 bad foods. You don't know what you don't know. Nutrify your bodies, ladies and gentlemen, with the 90 essential nutrients. Stop eating the 10 bad foods and get your health back. And while you're at it, join the cause and get your wealth back. Then it's going to be great to be an American, and I look forward to seeing you all in that bright, bright future. I am Dr. Peter Glidden, 866-582-9933. Give me a call. Lines are open, 866-582-9933. 866-582-9933. That's the number to call if you're listening to the podcast and want info, or if you're listening to the live broadcast and want to just, get your hands on these nutritional supplements, get your hands on the business opportunity. 855-347-3696. What are you waiting for? I mean, what the heck? 855-347-3696. Somebody from Team Glidden's going to answer that phone, and they're going to tell you what you need to know to get your health and your wealth back, because that's what this company is all about. And we're going today. The lines are full. We're going right to Idaho to speak with Rita. Hey, Rita, thanks for the phone call. You are live.
Hi, Dr. Glidden. I'm calling regarding my friend. He's in 4th-stage kidney failure. It's working about 19%. Lots of health issues. I won't bother you about that. And also, the doctor said he has a hypothyroid, so they put him on a calcium blocker, and I took him off that.
Yeah.
So he did do the Healthy Start Pack for almost 3 months, and he started getting bad gout. And so he's quit taking that. He said his foot's better, and he's on the Super KV and the selenium. Of course, he's not taking enough because it's not affordable.
Well, then there's not a lot we can do, Rita, right? I mean, there's only so far you can paddle upstream before the current overtakes you and you're right back where you started. All things being equal, the reason that the gout flared up most probably is because of an allergy to one of the fruits and vegetables that are in the Beyond Tangy Tangerine. Why does someone have an allergy to a fruit or a vegetable? Because their digestive tract has been compromised by decades of eating whole grains. So, it wasn't specifically the nutritional supplement that he had a problem with. It was the proteins in the nutritional supplement. And why did he have a problem with them? Because he's been eating the wrong food all of the time for his entire life, to such an extent that his kidneys are failing, and they're failing dramatically and rapidly. There's not a whole lot that we can do for people like this. However, nobody knows, and especially me, especially the MDs, where the point of no return is. There is a point of no return. Nobody knows where it is. So if it were me on a limited budget, I would, number one, clean my diet up 100%. Zero tolerance for anything on the 10 bad foods. And I would do 1 bottle of Ultimate Daily Capsules a month, 1 bottle of Ultimate Daily Capsules a month, and 4 bottles of selenium a month if he can afford it. That's not a bad place to start in order to support and promote the structure and function of the kidneys. Keep your fingers crossed and we might just get lucky. But let this be a cautionary tale for you, Rita, because look, kidneys don't fail because you have kidneys. Kidneys don't fail because you have a voodoo curse. Kidneys don't fail because you have a bad gene. Kidneys fail because you have a bad doctor. This guy's been given piss-poor medical treatment his entire life. He's been given all the wrong information all the time, and he is a product of the conventional medical system that's in a Machiavellian meltdown right now, and nobody knows why. Oh, the system needs to be tweaked. Oh, the system needs to be managed. Oh, the system needs to be massaged. No, it doesn't. The system needs to be abandoned, and your friend is a perfect textbook example of the complete, outright, and utter failure of conventional medicine. This doesn't happen to my patients, by the way. This doesn't happen to the patients of naturopathic physicians, because our therapeutics actually support and promote the health and functionality and structural integrity of the body. So the longer that people consult naturopathic doctors and holistic physicians, the healthier that they get. And the more that they go to MDs, the sicker that they get. And yet, here we are, marching like lemmings off of the cliff into our doom. At least it's not our damnation. So, give him the Ultimate Daily Capsules and selenium, appropriate for his budget. Clean up his diet 100%. Keep your fingers crossed. You might just get lucky, Rita. I wish I had better news for you. But that's how we're going to play this one. And, make sure you're doing the same. Make sure you're doing your Healthy Start Pack and your selenium and your minerals appropriate for body weight. Make sure that you've cleaned up your diet. Make sure that you're securing antioxidant points every day in excess of 20,000 ORAC. Make sure that you have your life dialed in because, stupid is as stupid does. And if we all go out into the rain, everybody's going to get wet, except the people who have umbrellas and raincoats and galoshes. We need to guard ourselves against the stress of life, or we're going to be right there next to this guy on the dialysis machine. Heaven forbid that happens to anybody listening to this radio show. Get your health back, ladies and gentlemen. You have to work at it. Every day you have to work at it. The same way that you brush your teeth and take a shower, take your essential nutrients and give your body a fighting chance. Welcome back, everybody. Dr. Peter Glidden here, the 8th day of July, 2013. Has hell frozen over? I don't know, because I'm reading on Medscape now. Autism linked to gluten sensitivity. What have I been saying for years? What has Dr. Wallach been saying for years? Autism linked to gluten sensitivity. I quote, the results also indicated an association between elevated antibodies to gluten proteins and the presence of gastrointestinal symptoms in the affected children. There is evidence that immune system abnormalities are associated with symptoms in a substantial number of individuals with autism. How about that? I love it when I am right. You're going to love it all the time, because when you take the right stuff into your body, you're going to feel better. When you take the wrong stuff into your body, you're going to feel worse. And you don't know any better, right? You don't know what you don't know, so you have to give our way a try. Is it our way or the highway? Well, not really, but it's our way for 90 days. Try our way of health recovery for 90 days and see how you feel. Like Cindy in Wisconsin did, I believe, or maybe not. She's calling in with a question about kidney failure. Hey, it must be kidney day here. Welcome aboard, Cindy. You are live.
Hi, doctor. I have been with kidney failure for 5 years now.
Ouch.
Yeah, I've been on dialysis for, 5 years. My doctor, like you said before, was not a good doctor for 14 years.
Yeah.
I've been diabetic for 27 years.
Ouch.
On insulin. My eyes are failing. I've got diabetic retinopathy now. I haven't driven now for 4 years because my eyes are getting worse.
Mm-hmm.
And a friend of my husband thinks that you can help me.
Well, let me tell you, I'm glad that you called. There's an audio CD I would like you to get. It's called Seeing is Believing. Seeing is Believing, and I believe you can get that at my colleague Dr. Wallach's website, drjwallach.com, Dr. J. Wallach, WALLACH.com. I believe that's the website you can get it. The CD is called Seeing is Believing, and it's a testimony given by an MD who used Dr. Wallach's medical nutrition recovery programs for his patients with macular degeneration, retinitis pigmentosa, detached retina, etc., and experienced remarkable resolutions of the same. So, you know, when people come over into the light here of medical nutrition, because it's kind of a new thing and because insurance doesn't pay for it, people tend to be a little skeptical. Well, skeptical is not really the right word, because if you were truly skeptical, you never would have taken the drugs that your MD prescribed. You would have asked them, well, how are they made, and how do they work, and how much money do you make, and is it curing the disease, or what the heck is it doing, and what are the side effects? And if most people ask those hard questions, they wouldn't take the drug. Now, don't get me wrong, I can prescribe drugs, and, you know, drugs are great when drugs are recommended. But the way that MDs use drugs are the leading cause of death in the United States and the leading cause of bankruptcy in the United States. For goodness sake, it's nonsense what goes on here. 12 women a day. 18. 18 women a day are killed because of prescription medications. 18 women a day of painkillers, prescription medication painkillers. I talked about this last week, but I digress. So what we want to do here is get you a little motivated, Cindy from Wisconsin, because this is brand new territory to you. You don't know who we are. You don't know if we're blowing smoke. You don't know anything other than the fact that what you're doing right now ain't working. So you need some support. You need some education, right? You need a little bit of knowledge, because knowledge is power here. So track down that audio CD and listen to it, number one. Number two, in order to support and promote the structure and function of your immune system, your body's ability to metabolize blood sugar, and your kidneys, there are a number of things which it would be prudent for you to do. The first thing is you have to clean your diet up. You have to stop eating food that has the potential to harm your body, especially your kidneys. I mean, you know, you're smart enough not to put diesel fuel in an unleaded engine, right? You wouldn't do that. Well, you wouldn't put the wrong fuel into the human body if you knew it was the wrong fuel. And the problem that we have in the U.S. is that we've listened to the food industry tell us which food is good for us and which food is bad for us, and that was a mistake. Because remember, Betty Crocker wasn't no doctor. And, you know, we've gone from to hell in a handbasket, listening to conventional wisdom about what food is good for us and what food is bad for us. It's really, we've had no guidance in this domain whatsoever, and this is my profession's job. It's my profession's job to take the Zen sword, cut through all of this nonsense, and get you sorted out so that you can actually give your body a fighting chance to recover its health. So you have to eliminate 10 foods from your diet. You can get that list for free by going to my website, fireyourmdnow.com. That's fireyourmdnow.com. And on the front page of the website, click on the link to join my free monthly newsletter subscription. And when you join my free monthly newsletter subscription, you'll be directed to a page that has a document on it called Good Food and Bad Food. You can download that document, and on that document there's a list of 10 bad foods. I want you to stop eating all 10 of those foods yesterday. No crying, no bitching, no questions. Just stop eating those 10 foods immediately. That's number 2. Number 3, you need to give your body nutritional support so that you can optimize its ability to repair itself, and you can give your body a fighting chance to recover its structure and function to the ability that it is able to recover its structure and function. And we have a number of patients, just like you, Cindy, who have been on dialysis, followed our advice, and they're no longer on dialysis. Now, is it possible for you? I don't know. Your medical doctor certainly doesn't know. Your medical doctor is clueless about everything I'm telling you. And while you've been listening to his or her advice, you're getting worse and worse and worse. So I would like you to follow my recommendations. By the way, they're free, right? How about that? Follow my recommendations for 90 days, 90 days, and let your blood work and your, how you feel be your guide as to whether or not you're improving. I think you're going to love how you feel. And the people doing the dialysis, quite frankly, you're going to freak out about how positive your blood numbers become. All right, so here's the recommendation, Cindy. What's your current body weight?
256.
How tall are you?
I'm 5'4.5".
Okay,
so
you're...
I'm way up there.
About 100 pounds overweight, right?
Yeah, I quit smoking a year ago, and I gained 30 pounds, so I can't get it off. I've tried everything.
Well, you haven't tried our way. I get it.
I haven't.
I understand what you're saying, though. And it might interest you to know, Cindy, that from our point of view, it's the same thing that's driving your weight gain that's driving the problem with the kidneys and the problem with the eyes. It's like three different arms of the same octopus. It all goes back to chronic nutrient deficiencies. Now, once you clean up your diet and stop eating the 10 bad foods and you fill your body's nutritional tank with the proper nutritional supplements, you're going to lose weight because you're not going to be inclined to eat as many calories as you normally do, because your body's going to be satisfied with nutrients and your appetite's going to just vaporize into the dust. And then your blood sugars should start to get better and better and better, and maybe we'll even be able to gain some headway with the eyes. I've seen it happen hundreds of times, and that time the pun was intended. So the recommendation here for you to support and promote the structure and function of your body for 90 days would be, per month, 2 healthy blood sugar packs. 2 healthy blood sugar packs. 2 healthy blood sugar packs, 4 bottles of selenium, and 2 bottles of Ultimate Daily Capsules. That's 2 bottles of Ultimate Daily Capsules, 4 bottles of Ultimate Selenium, and 2 healthy blood sugar packs a month. Now, the friend that told you I could help you will tell you how to get this stuff at the wholesale price. If they don't know how to get the stuff at the wholesale price, just call this number and we will sort that out for you. The number to call, of course, 855-347-3696, 855-347-3696. But go to your friend first who told you about us and our existence in this radio show, because we exist as a network of individuals all around the world who are helping each other to get better. So lean on your friend that told you about me in order to sort all of this stuff out as far as where you go to get it, how much it's going to cost, and then how to take it. And then do this program like your life depended on it, Cindy, for 90 days, 90. And while you're doing this 3-month program, look to see every 7 days if there's a specific and measurable and noticeable improvement, right? Mood gets better, energy gets better, appetite gets better, weight loss gets better, sleep gets better, blood sugars get better, insulin needs reduce, whatever. You're going to want to look to see specific and measurable positive change, and that's what we lean on. So get with the person that told you about this radio show. Tell them you need 2 healthy blood sugar packs, 4 bottles of Ultimate Selenium, and 2 bottles of Ultimate Daily Capsules every month for 3 months. And visit fireyourmdnow.com. Click on the newsletter link, download the good food, bad food list, and eliminate those foods from your diet immediately. Do me a favor, Cindy. Call me back every 3 weeks, more or less, with an update. I'd really like to keep track of your progress on air here. I think you're going to love the way that you feel. In any event, thank you for your trust. Thank you for the call. Now, go out there and get your health back one day at a time. Going to the United Kingdom next. Ladies and gentlemen, we really are international, aren't we? We're going to talk to Gareth from the UK if we have a good connection. Hey, Gareth, Welcome back. You are live.
Oh, thank you, Doctor. Thanks very much indeed for taking my call, and I do apologise for cutting off the other day. It was a very bad line towards the end.
No, we do what we can do. There's no problems.
Okay, Doctor, thank you very much. Yeah, I've just got a couple of follow-up questions, really, that I was hoping you could certainly help me with. I don't know really what order to put them, but if I can just say them how I've listed them.
Very good.
First of all, the inflammation. I was just wondering if you could give me just a synopsis of the inflammation, of sort of why it's sort of still around. Although there's massive progress with my son, as I told you last week, through the longevity products, I cannot not say that. I was wondering if I could have a little rundown with the inflammation, because my wife's got a little bit of concern about that.
Well, you know, okay, well, let's look. We're coming up against a break here, so I'm going to talk about the inflammation first, and then stick with me, and then we'll get to the other questions on the other side of the break. There are a number of things which can cause inflammation anywhere in the body, and people's bodies have different weak links. So some people, inflammation shows up in the joint. Some people, it shows up in the skin. Some people, it shows up in the lung or in the kidney or in the gallbladder, right? I'm assuming that with your son, it's showing up in the joint. Now, the most common cause of chronic inflammation in a joint is a bacterial or, an infection with a microbe. So it's entirely possible that the inflammation in your son's joints is caused by the Lyme spirochete. It's also possible that the inflammation in your son's joint is caused by consistent consumption of a food or beverage that he is allergic to. I'm going to tell you how to get on the other side of that on the other side of the break. Could be the Lyme spirochete, right? Because he tested positive for the Lyme test. Nonetheless, the fact that he's getting better is a good sign. We hit a wall with inflammatory stuff sometimes. It's just a matter of time. Stick around, Gareth. I'll be back after these messages. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. 866-582-9933 is the number to call. Just like Gareth from England swings like a pendulum did. We're back with Gareth. Are you still with me, buddy?
I am, sir. Yes, I'm right here, Doctor.
Okay, so now, is the swelling that we're talking about, the inflammation that we're talking about in the boy's knees?
Yes, there's swelling in his knees and just in his hip joints.
Okay, and is it red and hot, or is it just swollen and a normal color?
I would say it's just swollen and a normal colour. I would say that, yes. I would say that's probably a good assessment. Yes.
All right. And is there a time of the day when the swelling increases or the pain factor in the knee increases? Is it worse first thing in the morning, sunset, noon, after he eats something, or don't you really know?
It's definitely in the morning, but there's certainly no pain. He's got no pain anywhere on his body in regards to any of it from day one. It's just when he gets up, he's a bit more swollen, but throughout the day, it sort of eases off. The longevity products, I have to say, Doctor, they've closed his fists. I can believe it because I've seen it with my own eyes. So. Yeah, I get it. It's a wonderful thing, right? So we need to just kind of try to clean it up and take it to the 100% level. Have you noticed, Gareth, that any of his remaining symptoms, especially the symptoms in the knee, are aggravated or increase right before it starts to rain, or don't you know? No, I've not noticed that, to be honest. Believe it or not, we're in summertime over here, and we've had some very good weather. We're normally smothered in rain here, but no, I haven't noticed that one, Doctor, unfortunately. And would you describe your son as a restless little tyke, or is he not so much? No, he's not at all. He's just as I say, if you would have took me back 3 months ago, I would have said that that could have been the case. But no, since being with yourself, he's just like a normal little lad, just running around the place. Okay, good. So there's everyone else does. Gotta love it. There's a homeopathic medicine that may help him, and homeopathy is abundantly available in the UK. And the great thing about homeopathy is it can't hurt him if you take it how I tell you to take it. It can't hurt at all. It's inexpensive. And the good news is that if we get the homeopathic just right, it might help a great deal. So my advice to you would be to get a homeopathic medicine called Calcarea carbonica. You spell that C like Charlie, A-L like Larry, C-A-R like Roger, E-A. C-A-L-C-A-R-E-A, second word carbonica, C-A-R-B like baby, O-N like Nancy, I-C-A. Calcarea carbonica. See if you can't get it in the 200C
or the 200 CK strength. Give him 2 pellets orally once a day for 7 days in a row. 2 pellets orally once a day for 7 days in a row. And to administer a homeopathic medicine, you just pop the little pellets in his mouth and let him suck on them like a piece of, like a peppermint or a Tic Tac. The kids love the way that the homeopathic medicines taste. Do that for 7 days, in addition, of course, to what you're doing with longevity. And I think perhaps an important thing to understand here, because your son's, he's been in the weeds for a long time, and he's had this chronic health condition that's really improving to a remarkable degree. And remember, Gareth, the body heals itself in its own time and in its own season. So what do? Well, we look for specific and measurable positive change in the first couple of months. We've already gotten that. So I think it's entirely possible that the only thing necessary to do now is just give the program a little bit more time. Give the program a little bit more time. Let nature be your friend here. Lean on nature's healing schedule rather than your own or your wives or your medical doctors. And as long as the child is not in pain and he's moving around and being like a normal little kid, there's nothing else to do besides what you're already doing, except give the program more time. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. So I should just continue with the dose that's been recommended by yourself a while back.
Did you get the teasel root yet?
No, I haven't. No, that's another question I was going to ask you. I did it on your webinar. You said it's possible to purchase it from yourself.
You can't get it from me, but there's a great company in Arizona. It's called Herbal Vitality. Herbal Vitality. Look them up on the web. They've got some of the best teasel in the United States. And if you have any problem getting it from them, just tell them that I recommended it. It should be a no-brainer. If they need to, they can call my office and I'll set it up. Herbal Vitality. Get a small bottle of the teasel root and start giving it to them. That plus the homeopathic might just take it all the way. Gareth, we're out of time, up against the break. Stick around, folks. I'm Dr. Peter Glidden, back with the second hour.